the thing Tomes helped to build?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
I think Mid might need some help tidying up.
Well, here, Sid. Reckon you might be just the man to help me out of a bit of bother, if you've a mind to.
Let's hear it.
Well, it's about this alembic the chief's got me making. Lovely bit of kit it is. Bung in a solution you want splitting, and it will separate it out, just like that. Problem is, it won't always get rid of all the impurities. And with some of the stuff we need it for, that ain't good enough. Which is why I've been looking for something to filter the liquid we'll be cooking off. And that's where I was hoping you could help me out.
I imagine Ty could get some use out of this alembic too. Distilling medicines and the like. All right. Why not?
Proper job!
So what exactly do you need for this filter?
Nothing but bomb ash'll do, says the chief. Gave me a sample she'd obtained from the university stores. Couldn't believe my eyes. You pour the blackest blight water through it, and it comes out clear as a mountain stream. So, I did a bit of reading about where I might be able to get hold of some. And do you know what I found out? It's only the blimmin' bones of a bomb king. They leave them behind when they die, see?
I take it that's where I come in.
If you wouldn't mind. I saw a billet on the hunt board for one just the other day. Would have gone myself, but, well, fighting dirty great balls of flame isn't exactly my forte. You, on the other hand...
All right. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you kindly. And a good hunting, eh?
How are you feeling? Good girl.
Yeah!
Time to fight. I can walk from here.
Careful.
What we have here? Greetings, Your Majesty. Your reign is over. Now to collect the ash. This looks like the stuff. Let's see if there's any more. That should do it.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Mid might need some help tidying up.
All right there, Sid? How's that hunt for the bomb ash going?
I have it here.
That's the stuff. And plenty of it, too. Enough to keep the alembic bubbling away for a good old while. You're a gent, Sid. Let nothing say otherwise. Right then, let's get this contraption up and running. There we have it. The Telemon Alembic. And it works just like the chief said it would.
Very impressive.
Says the man who cut down a burning boulder. Speaking of which, I still haven't returned the favor.
There's no need. The good it will do for the hideaway is reward enough.
Don't be silly. Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours? The one you keep your potions in.
What kind of magic?
Well, we happen to have isolated. Thought we might use it to breathe new life into old Pa. I reckon if we slap a bit on your back.
Well, it can't hurt to try, I suppose.
That's the spirit. Leave it with me. I'll only be a mo. Well, what do you reckon?
It certainly feels more flexible.
Right? Told you.
Thank you. I think.
No. Thank you for supporting Mid and the rest of us in our endeavors. Without, and I'm telling you, there's plenty more where that came from.
Wish I could take one of our birds.
He cracked the crystal too? You joking?
Hopefully it's nothing. But I should speak to Blackthorn just in case. What could be wrong with Torgor? Trouble with the ledgers. Blackthorn, do you have a moment?
Not really, no.
This won't take long. I just wanted to ask how you're getting on. August was worried about that you might still be doubting your craft. Even after learning the trick of that curate, perhaps sharing your thoughts might help.
That bastard's like a dog with a bone. Still, you've got a keen eye, I'll give him that. He's just, well, Karen showed me something. Something I've never seen before.
And that was?
A sword. An odd look. The metal itself wasn't anything to write home about, but fuck me. The edge on it. You could slice them.
So that's what's troubling you.
No. Not troubling me exactly.
And if you knew how to do it, we could arm the curse breakers with even better blades.
That's about the size of it, yeah.
I'll see what I can find out. Sharper swords are always welcome, and we can't have our master blacksmith being distracted.
You're a soft touch, you know that. But I can't say I'm not grateful for it. Good luck, eh?
Thank you. Let's see what Karen knows about this sword. I got your note. You think something's wrong with talk?
So you can read. Congratulations. I didn't say I were wrong with him. I says he used to love cracking the bones from Molly. Didn't like him. Which is why I'm of a mind. You've not been working him too hard, have you?
No harder than usual. Is that it, boy?
What was it you said he was?
That's what the lawsman seems to think.
Then maybe this all has something to do with whatever it is.
I suppose things have been different since Rosalith. Perhaps Hippocrates knows something.
Instead of everything.
You're looking well.
What do you want?
I want to know about the sword you showed Blackthorn.
Running around after him?
I suppose I am, yes. But I need to help him find out how to...
Little wonder, I suppose. There's not many, which made it nice and easy finding a buyer.
Can you tell me who bought it? Where is it now?
You think I tell people who my clients are? Suppose you're not likely to go nick it. Fine. If you stop mooning at me like that. Lord Ignac's the man you want. Delmeckian, and he's got more money than sense, which is why he's one. I reckon he'll still be at the inn in Dalamil, where I left him.
Thank you, Karen.
Oh. And he's...
I appreciate the warning. Lawsman, I need to ask you about Torgal.
He isn't ill, is he?
I don't think so. But according to Lady Karen, he seems to have lost his appetite, which is certainly a new development. She says he's hardly been touching his bones of late, and she believes it may have something to do with what happened at...
I rather think she might be right. All canids are instinctively inclined to crack open bones for the rich marrow that resides within, and I see no reason why a frostwolf should be any different. If we assume that his newfound magics require additional nourishment to sustain, it may well be that the bones Lady Karen is accustomed to providing, frostwolves, after all, habitually prey upon far larger animals, whose bones, as to where one might find a suitable substitute,
I don't recall ever seeing any that large.
And little wonder. The oldest and largest such creatures rarely leave the safety of the highlands for fear of predators. The last elder antelope sighting I recall hearing about took place near Cressida, and that was long before the village was abandoned.
Even so.
Good hunting.
Oh, I'm never drinking.
I don't know where Sid gets the energy. It told me she was building a ship.
Clive.
That's why I'm here.
Shh. Otto might be listening.
Is this...
A little. Listen. I've some bad news, and it's maybe my fault. Sadly, that square, I can straighten it out, I swear, but I'm gonna need help keeping it from Otto. There you are! What a surprise!
So let me get this straight. You forget to pay, and instead of coming straight to me, you get Clive, the man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to... Well,
Oh, just Martha.
we owe...
Each. They lent us the bulk of the money we used.
Those ledgers were my responsibility.
Do we have that much to hand?
No. We don't. And no, you won't, after the king's ransom we had off him. Besides, we'll need to learn to stand on our own if...
All right. But that doesn't mean you have to shoulder the burden yourself. Is there anything I can do to help?
There might be. How'd you fancy taking these to Martha?
Rocks.
Rocks, he says. Worth 1,000 talents apiece. Little something Sid and I set aside for, and I reckon 15 million.
I'm sure there will be.
Should be me making the round. But you know how it is with this place. Orders to...
I know. Which is why I don't mind going in your place.
Go. Do you know why I only gave Master Clive here?
Because you'd...
Because I'd rather Lady Karen killed you.
Well...
Don't worry.
Really? Do you think so?
No. People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
The whole mother crystal gone. What are we gonna do? My reputation will be ruined. Ruined!
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac, I beg of you, before you do yourself a mischief.
Pardon the intrusion, but...
Out! Get out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed. Leave me be!
Please, allow me to apologize. His lordship is going through a difficult time.
Radim! Get rid of the filthy oaf. This...
Very good. Would you mind stepping outside for a moment?
I'm sorry if I've caused you any trouble.
That? No. That's just how his lordship is. He has been dispossessed of his luggages.
I don't suppose a certain blade was among the stolen. A single-edged sword. It was purchased from a merchant friend of mine.
Ah, you know Lady Karen. Yes.
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage.
You have but to state it. You are welcome to anything that is within my power to grant.
I want an audience with Lord Ignac.
A condition I would be a fool to refuse. Of course, you shall...
I don't suppose you saw where the thieves went.
I did not, no. Though every ill-gotten coin in Dalamal is said to pass through that disreputable...
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to Lord Ignac in your absence, and arrange for an audience upon your triumph.
That will be very kind of you.
Farewell, and best of luck.
Let's go. Run like the wind.
Company.
got company! Come on, lads, let's tear the bastard's head off!
This must be Ignac's luggage. Nothing seems to be damaged. All right. Let's get it back to Dalamel.
I hear I have you to thank for the return of my effects. What shall I call you, my good man?
Wyvern. Glad to make your acquaintance.
Well, Wyvern, I appear to be in your debt. Redeem here tells me you wished for an audience.
A few moments of your time should suffice, yes.
You're a peculiar fellow, Wyvern.
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about a certain...
Oh, a true work of art, that one. Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get my hands on that sword. It was made in the Outer Isles and is used exclusively by the... They believe no combat should ever exceed. Each sword is made for that one. There's a brutal sort of beauty to it.
But how do they hone such an edge?
Why, they use a whetstone, of course. Whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, right? But it is the final stone which lends the blade its legend. A mineral, quite foreign. And that is the key. Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hardly equal to services. Take this, together with my regard, the very stone of which I spoke. Far rarer among collectors than even the blade, and a far more fitting.
Thank you.
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship.
I am locked in bitter competition with a rival collector of curios. I am one step ahead of the unscrupulous.
And there are many other collectors out there.
Too many to count, but only one do I consider, and is a perennial thorn in my side.
I can imagine.
Farewell, Wyvern. May our paths cross again. Radim, we mustn't dawdle.
I think his lordship is... Coming, my lordship. I'll be right there.
Trust Uncle Byron to find now. Let's see what Blackthorn makes of this whetstone, shall we?
How the hell is anyone supposed to afford that?
Did you hear? The gates to heaven.
I want to see you.
What am I going to do without Sweetwater and oil of talk?
Milady, I come bearing gifts.
Gifts? Whatever is the occasion. Oh, my.
Otto asked me to give it to you, to settle the Hideaway's debt with the Veil, and to compensate you for the time it took us to do so.
I thought you might finally be warming to. Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. The man owes me nothing. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and...
You once told me Sid did you... I'd like to do the same. And for Otto's. For all of us.
Otto is lucky to... I doubt anything could ever replace...
Otto had a son.
Long ago. Yes, and blamed himself for not being able to stop it. I don't know how it happened.
I didn't know.
How could you have? Besides Sid, I've never met a man more keen an ill habit.
I'm beginning to see that.
Clive, we weren't expecting you.
I wasn't expecting to be here. But it seems we still owe you and though I doubt it's what you were expecting.
A star, Ruby? I can't accept. It's worth at least twice what you owe me. More if you can find yourself the right buyer.
Think of the difference as interest.
Interest? If word got out I charged that much, no one would ever borrow from me again. Anyway, why are you the one here asking? A bit much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, isn't it? The old goat working...
Something like that. Most days I think he's the only reason the hideaway's still standing.
Same as always, eh? Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired, probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, the idea wouldn't... Sid may have been the face of the hideaway, but Otto's always been the backbone. And when Sid passed away, we were all worried that would be the end.
His death was hard on everyone. But it must have hit Otto hardest of all.
But he didn't give up, did he? I reckon what he saw in Sid, he saw in you too. And don't we all? Doesn't hurt that you're half as that, and you keep good company.
I suppose. Goat will want to know the stones were delivered. If he's still with us. Let's go. Certainly quiet. If I were a giant antelope, see I doubt we'll find one bigger than that. You hungry, Torgal? Stay down! Stay
Farewell.
Now, will it be enough, I wonder? I say that answers my question, which means we owe the lawsman our thanks. You're just a big puppy, aren't you? You do know you can take that. Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you've got your appetite back.
Is that the thing Tomes helped?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Goat. Still alive, I see. So Lady Karen accepted the ruby.
Ah, about that. But she was just too stubborn to take it. She threw it right back in my face, in fact.
Karen refused payment.
I hope it wasn't something I said.
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever.
Oh, wonderful.
Lady Karen, Goad tells me you weren't happy with our offer. Would you prefer the debt was repaid in coin?
What debt? I don't recall lending any of you lot me hard-earned gil. I may have tossed a talent or two in the hideaways, but those were donations. And you can hardly call it...
Of course not. But surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude of a pauper who happened to have become a prince.
Fine. But I'm selling it and taking what I'm owed. A canny one, meanwhile, might claim it were nicked from the belt of Sid the Outlaw himself. Might be I already have a buyer in mind. Might be you even know her. You wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all. Just be sure to tell her that it...
I hear you ended up delivering all 3 stones. Thanks to this lump. I sometimes wonder what I pay you.
Speaking of which,
Oh! So you remember what's owed to you, then?
Right away.
I've seen that before.
Yeah, yeah. Plenty of times. It was the only goblet Sid ever used. Either at...
I knew so little.
Like most people.
Martha and the Dame both seem to have fond memories.
I bet they do.
How long did you know Sid before
Before he died, back in the day, he bought passage to... We set up drinking Island rum till the morning bell dragged me back to my duty. Quit my post not long after that. But me and Sid stayed close, promising we'd one day sail. That was... before fate stepped in. The magic woke inside my son soon after his first name day, and there was no hiding his knack.
Couldn't you and your family have...
My family were the ones who summoned the cunt. Only the month I couldn't turn my back on him, and I couldn't for the life of me understand how they could. Luckily, Sid was it was him who stood beside me when... Him who cried for me, him who swore he'd do everything he could. And he was true to his word, too. Left the Royal Army once and for all. Threw away everything he had. All to right a wrong that no one else had the courage to... I knew then I'd follow that man to the ends of the earth. He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction, and I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather go at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
I noticed you and Torgal had gone off somewhere. Take him for a walk, did you?
You could say that.
So, Molly's left. That'll teach me for treating you like you're still a pup. All right. No, now we know what you're after. I can see about getting some in.
Speaking of which, I brought one for later.
You can, aye. In return, you can thank Tomes for me.
I was just on my way to see him. Sorry for the wait, but hopefully you'll agree it was worth it.
You learned something about that sword then?
I did better than that.
A whetstone?
Yes.
No wonder I couldn't get the same finish on the grind. One hit and all done, eh? Might not be so bad if all you ever fought were you. Good luck on the battlefield. You're second.
Even so, is there...
I think so, yeah. With this whetstone and the right kind of steel. But there'd be no replacing this little rock once I reckon we get a dozen swords from it. If that swords that the curse breakers wouldn't know how to wield properly. Nah. No point trying to copy that thing. Be about as much finishing our blades with a whetstone this fine. And what's finer than just imagine it. I won't make a copy now.
I'm sure the curse breakers will be Just... don't push yourself too hard.
Don't you worry about me. I've been working day and night since I was half your age. Hey, I owe you one. August 2.
He'll be happy to hear you said that.
And I'll see that my debt to you's paid. You come and find me when you've got the materials.
All right?
What do you need? So, what'll it be? No scratches, all right? Should last you a good while. That it? Fine.
Ah, Clive. Were you able to locate your quarry?
We were indeed, Lawsman. You pointed us in exactly the right direction.
Very good, very good.
Lady Karen sends her thanks, by the way, for your part in solving the mystery.
Ah. But that reminds me. After your last visit, I found myself pondering Torgal's talents. Do you recall our conversation concerning Lady...
About how she somehow woke the power within him?
Precisely that. A reasonable conclusion, I thought. The Fenrir of legend served Shiva, and while the powers attributed to him are certainly impressive...
What are you suggesting?
That Torgal may be the beneficiary of more than one I consider. That in addition to Lady Jill, in short, the icons hitherto near at hand, and that number has only grown, as that one can but speculate as to how all of this has affected Torgal.
He has seemed more...
And if I am not mistaken...
Oh. Let's go. This used to be a trade route for merchants crossing the Scars, till the Republic laid a new road wide enough to let wagons pass, and all official traffic moved there.
Leaving this one for those living outside the law.
Indeed. I doubt we'll be the only outlaws on the trail today.
So what do you think?
Be safe.
Lucky to make it out alive.
Really?
It's as bad as... Oh, aye. There's trouble up ahead.
I take it there's danger on the road.
What about this fearsome-looking fellow?
Oh, no doubt. Assuming he's willing to hit. Well met, friend. My brother and I have been tasked with finding him.
How does a merchant misplace his car?
Oh, the man's a coward. When he thought goblins might come as...
He sent the two of us to fetch it, but it's gone. Now, I'm not much...
My brother's right on all accounts.
We may have seen our share of action, true, but we've not got the skill in arms to bolt.
You, however, have the look of a man who needn't fear a band of backwater. Chances are they'll come for you either way. But if you...
Well, if I'm going to have to...
You've clearly got a...
We're lucky you came along. Now, hoping to make a heavy... Reckon he won't be forking over the rest of our fee if we don't find those...
All right. Just don't expect me to drag the cart up.
No. You can leave the cart to us. You just put an end to those bandits and point us in the right direction.
I'm not sure I trust those two. But if there are bandits lying in wait, I should probably take care of them.
Look lively, you lot. We've got guests.
These must be our bandits.
Stay down!
That's them dealt with. Now, where's that cart? Getting all of this out of here will be in...
Seems we've found ourselves the right...
Found the cart and didn't leave a single bastard.
And how exactly will he be getting his goods out?
You leave that to us. You've done your part. And that's all you need. It's been a pleasure. Now piss off.
There's no need to be so rude, brother. What if we want his help again next time?
I see the Dalmecs lag behind Rosaria when it comes to bridge building.
The fallen ruin should hold, at least.
The path continues on the other side.
You're finished!
So this is Zemeckis.
The land of the gods. It's even more impressive than I imagined. I remember being captivated by the story as a child.
Long, long ago, man was overcome by avarice and challenged the gods in a bid to win their power. The final battle took place here, at these falls. Or so the legend goes. If anyone ever manages to plumb those depths, perhaps we'll learn if there's any truth to the tale.
That the gods emerged victorious and punished man for his defiance by visiting upon him 2 curses.
Dominants and bearers. To tell the truth, I always thought it strange that the dominants and their icons were deemed a curse. Back home, the dominant inherited the throne. They were admired and exalted, not spurned. Whenever I got to that part of the story, I always assumed there must be something I'd misunderstood.
You had a lot of storybooks, didn't you? In your room, I mean. When we were young.
The old legends were always my favorites. Epic battles between gods and men. Father encouraged me to read as much as I could. He thought it good for my education.
You really were a boy like any other, weren't you?
Just look at this place. It's enough to make you believe the legends are true.
I know.
We're not far from Boklad. The road will be busier up ahead.
And we'll have to keep our wits about us. Clive? Something wrong?
Nothing. It's nothing.
I see the reports are true, Father. You have surrendered the throne to Olivier.
I have. Emperor Olivier shall rebuild the Holy Empire of Sanbreque.
How is he to rule an empire? He is but a boy.
I shall advise him until he comes of age.
Father, please.
Or for as long as I am able. The empire we seek to build needs young blood to rule it, and I can think of none better suited to the task. There is other news, Dion. Hugo Kupka is dead, and Drake's Fang destroyed. The pillars of the Republic have fallen. Ere long, the Imperial banner shall fly over every city in Storm. And then Valisthea. All shall bow before their Emperor.
Father, these are the words of a tyrant.
They are the words of a god. The Emperor whom I gladly serve. Great Greeker, made flesh. Return to your camp, Dion, and ready your forces. It is time to show the world the true power of Sanbreque.
Father. I find you much changed. Is this truly the path you wish to tread? Or are these the ambitions of another? Of Ultima, perhaps?
What nonsense is this? I speak my mind, and my mind only. Though I do owe Annabella thanks for reminding me of certain truths regarding the nature of nations, of rulers, and of the divine.
You would trust the words of this traitress? She betrayed her country. She slew her husband.
You have ever been an invaluable servant to Sanbreque, Prince Dion. I trust you will continue to serve your Emperor in the wars to come.
The canker! Silence! Insolent wretch! You will bend the knee. All else is heresy.
Sire, forgive me.
This audience is over. Come, your Radiance. The Rowena Syndicate awaits your pleasure.
Oh, not another meeting with silly old men. They're so boring. I'm hungry, Father. Can't we have luncheon instead?
Does it pain you that you will not inherit your father's throne?
I have suffered worse.
Count your blessings, Dion. For a base-born child to be chosen by Bahamut is miracle enough. You have risen high on his wings, but you shall rise no higher, lest your impure blood stain the throne.
What do you know of my blood?
The Boklad mark. It's to the north. We just need to hug the coast. Good girl. Yeah!
Infiltrating the Dominion won't be easy with the Imperials on high alert.
No. His Radiance has lost one capital already. We can be sure Sylvester will do everything in his power to hold on to Twinside. His troops are well trained and increasingly battle-hardened. But it's not as if we can wait for the siege to end. More refugees.
And they're all making for the Crystalline Dominion.
Because they don't know how to live without the crystal's blessing. That'll do, girl.
There are no crystals here.
This is where we're supposed to meet Goots, isn't it?
That's right. He said he'd wait for us here after replenishing his supplies. I dare say he'll have finished by now.
Let me carry your goods. I'm cheap. Well met. You've a discerning eye. A fine choice. You've a discerning eye. May Gilbert smile
Out of my sight,
upon you.
wretch. Peaches and pears.
Wonders from across the water. Come one, come all. Feast your eyes. Good sir, can I interest you in...
How much? For a measly crust of bread?
You won't find any cheaper. Not nowadays. But you're more than welcome to look.
The Empire's unlawful and illegitimate occupation of the Crystalline Dominion is still in effect. Only those whose business in Twinside has been officially approved by the Republican Army will be permitted to cross the border. All who seek entry are to form a line and ready their documents for inspection.
It looks like we aren't the only ones who are eager to leave.
And they're checking everyone.
Can't you make an
Not
exception?
for the likes of you.
We won't get through without that pass. Let's go and find Good, shall we? He must be around here somewhere.
Come taste my peaches. They're sweet as nectar.
I'll take the large one.
An excellent.
Ah, Good. There you are.
Clive, I'm so sorry. Don't tell Nan, will you?
Slow down, Good. Just tell us what happened.
It's me trader's pass. It's gone. We cannot ride the caravan without it. We won't even be able to get through the flipping checkpoint.
Do you remember when you last saw it?
It was in my pocket a minute ago. Then a bairn bumped into me and... Yeah. You don't think that they might have nicked it, do you?
It wouldn't surprise me. A busy market like this is prime territory for pickpockets.
So, to get the pass back, we need to find this child. Where would we even start?
I know where! I've got a pal in Boklad who might be able to help us. No one knows more about what goes on round here than she does.
Where do we find her?
She's the owner of the Crimson Caravans, up that way. Sign's got a red chocobo on it.
No time like the present.
You two go on ahead. I'm gonna check the rest of my stuff, make sure naught else is missing.
All right. We'll meet you there.
Let's keep an eye out for this red chocobo, then.
And the other on our purses.
What's next to the checkpoint?
Looking to hire a coach? It's 10 million for a two-birder to the Crystalline Dominion. Take it or leave it.
Oh, we're not here for that.
Then I bid you good day.
Wait! Don't go, El. He's me mate.
As I live and breathe. Goots, what are you doing back in Boklad? I gather Lady Karen didn't send you. So what trouble have you got yourself into this time?
It's me trader's pass. It got stolen. By little Ben.
Of all the... You're the size of a marble. Honestly. Ugh.
Goots told us that you know the markets well. Might you have an idea which little bairn could have done this?
We don't intend to punish them. We just need our pass back. Then, we can be on our way.
I see. So neither of you has a trader's pass either. Not that anyone would take you for traders, but I suppose that's why you came to me, correct? Now, I can't say for sure who took your pass, but I suspect I know why they did it. Let me explain. Ever since the Fist marched on the Dominion, the Republic has been clamping down on any commerce that might aid the Empire more than it does us. Which means traders' passes have gone from being merely a way of easing one's progress to being essential if one wishes to cross the border at all. And with demand outstripping supply, they've become a precious commodity, leading some to seek to acquire them by less than legitimate means.
So the children are stealing passes to sell on the black market?
Yes and no. Passes are inscribed with the names of their owners, and yet none of the victims' names have appeared on the register of those passing through the checkpoint.
Which means?
That someone is doctoring the stolen passes. The same someone who is encouraging the children to steal them. And the same someone who has Goots' pass, no doubt. Whoever they are, they're ruining the livelihoods of honest merchants, which is why we've decided to take a stand. Will you stand with us? You want to get your pass back, and we want to ensure that no more are stolen. Catch whoever's behind it all, and two birds shall be slain with a single stone.
Is there any other way of getting to the Crystalline Dominion, Goots?
They won't let you in if you're not with the caravan. It's that, I don't know, try swimming across the strait. But the guards will definitely spot you if you try and do that. Like, we don't want to get spotted, right?
So either we find the people who took the pass, or give up all hope of entering the Dominion.
All right. We'll help.
Thank you kindly. But I don't know your name. Eloise at your service.
Clive.
A pleasure doing business with you, Clive. The proprietor of the furniture makers by the coach stop is spearheading the search. Wear that, and he will know you for a friend. I suggest that you speak with him first.
The furniture makers. Understood.
Out of my sight, you wretch!
Jug of snake spit for the road?
Juicy pears! Slake your thirst!
Are you the furniture maker?
Looking for something in particular? Ah, Eloise collared you too, eh? Then I expect you want to know more.
She told me you were leading the hunt for the pickpockets. What have you learned?
For one, that they're targeting the traders carrying the biggest packs. Harder to watch your back, see? And less chance of the mark giving chase if they're spotted. Not that they'd be likely to catch them. Those imps know every inch of this warren like the backs of their hands.
Their eyes must have lit up when they saw Goots.
The fishmonger round by the gate's been trying to track down the children involved. You should go and have a word with her.
Thank you. We will.
Come and taste my peaches! They're sweet as...
You should come with me to the Dominion. Life will...
Fish for sale! Fresh sorted and smoked! Can I interest you? Ah, sorry. Message from Eloise, is it?
She's asked me to help her. To help you find the pickpockets.
Is that so? Suppose I better tell you what I know, then. For one, this isn't a family operation. All the traders say the children who stole their passes were dirty, dressed in rags. Street urchins, by the sound of it. We get a lot around here.
Orphans from the wars.
A few, perhaps. You saw the refugees gathered by the entranceway? They're all looking for a new start in the Dominion and beyond. Some of them take it as an opportunity to rid themselves of unwanted baggage.
The shame of it.
Whoever's behind this would have to have made themselves known to the children at some point.
And so should we.
You should start with the children around here, then. I doubt they're the ones involved, but they might have heard something.
It's worth a try.
All right, then. Questioning children. How hard can that be?
You won't find anything of this quality in Twinside.
Do you have a moment?
What do you want?
What I want is to know who's asking children like you to pick pockets.
I don't know. Nobody's asked me. What's picking pockets? Do you get paid for it?
No, you get in trouble for it. So if they come calling, you know what to tell them.
The caravan stops next to the checkpoint. Jug of snake spit for the...
Excuse me?
What do you want? I don't have any money.
It's all right. We're not going to hurt you. We just want to talk.
What about?
We've heard that some very bad people are making children like you steal from travelers. We need to know who's behind it so we can stop them.
I don't know much about it, really. But my friend, Honza, he said he got a job doing something dangerous.
Sounds promising.
We need to find him and ask.
Do you know where your friend might be?
He's usually by the tents outside town.
Thank you. You've been very helpful.
Come on, come on!
Peaches and pears.
Let me carry your goods. I'm cheap.
That's that, then.
She must have meant the refugee camp.
Let's hope he's still nearby.
Daddy. That big fat donkey was easy pickings. He wouldn't have noticed if we'd robbed his boots off him.
Yeah. Wish we hadn't handed over the pass, though. Could use one of those things to get out of this dump.
Chance would be a fine thing. The moment they found out, they'd string us up by our guts.
Would they now? Perhaps you'd like to introduce us to these charming characters.
Shit, we're in trouble now.
What do we do?
You two get caught if you want. I'm off.
Hunter, where are you going?
So that was Hunter, eh? Jill, you watch these two. I'm going after him.
All right.
He can't have gone far. I need to find him before his employers do. Did you see a boy run past? He stole something from a friend of mine.
There was a boy ran back there towards the chocobo.
Thank you.
Peaches and pears.
Out of my sight, wretch!
Let me carry your goods.
Shit. Cornered.
It's all right, Hunter. I'm not going to hurt you. I just want to ask you some questions.
Fine. Not like I've got a choice.
I'm looking for the people who are making you steal for them. Who are they?
Called themselves the Carstones. I knew they were bad, but didn't come at all half the time. You know, if I didn't do it.
Hunter.
You found him then?
Jill. Where are the other two?
Eloise is watching over them. She sent Goots and I to look for you.
I haven't got your pass anymore, if that's what you're after. Whatever you do to me, I can't get it back. Not that I go against them anyway.
Cowards. You will not force another child to do your bidding.
Wait, we're not...
Don't hurt him.
You're making a mistake. We're on the same side.
Like hell we are. That brooch. Where did you get it?
Master Theo?
Goots. What are you doing with these people? Unless you're the ones my sister was talking about.
Your sister? Eloise didn't tell us she had a brother.
And why would she? I'm just her back and a blade. Theodore, at your service. Sorry about before.
Theodore, what do you know of the cast stones?
Vultures who have made Boklad their hunting ground. They prey on the desperate, stealing from those with gil and bullying those without it into joining their flock. I'd been looking into their activities in hope of sparing the refugees any further hardship. But it seems they've already stooped even lower than I'd feared. Hunter's a good lad. Don't blame him for what they've made him do. If he and his friends hadn't agreed to work for the stones, some other poor souls would have. On pain of death, most likely. Clive, was it? And my sisters asked you to help put an end to the pickpocketing. Then we all want the same thing.
Oh, where is it?
So, What's the plan?
What else? We find the cast stones, and we crush them. You get your trader's pass back, and I make Boklad a safe place again.
All right then.
All right then. Honza, where are they camped?
Couldn't if I wanted to. They always come to town to collect the passes. I tried following them once, but they spotted me halfway down the trail.
We'll try it this time.
Back down the road towards Leitney's Cleft.
To Leitney's Cleft, then.
Leitney's Cleft is to the south, past the camp.
That's that, then.
Daddy!
That's the one who's been sticking his nose in our business.
You should have minded your own. I doubt these were the ringleaders.
But at least we know we're on the right track.
We got company! That's the lot.
More foot soldiers.
Fewer now.
Not a bad haul today, eh?
Aye.
Especially the little ones. And Hans has got nimble fingers, all right.
It'll be a shame when they chop them off. But till then.
Scum.
The leaders of the cast stones,
They don't deserve any mercy.
I wasn't planning on showing them any.
We're ready when you are, Theod.
Oh, I'm ready.
Fuck! It's that guard from Boklad! Kill him! Kill them all! To me, boy!
And they say crime doesn't pay. Gold chains, rings, purses. And traders' passes.
Have the names been changed?
Not yet. I recognize some of them. Now I just need to sort through it all and return everything to the people it was taken from.
We should go and give Eloise the good news.
Of course. Oh, and, be sure to tell her of the part I played, won't you?
We'll be glad to.
Ah, Clive. How goes the hunt?
Quite the opposite.
So it was the cast stones who were behind it all. And their demise solves 3 problems at a stroke. That I only hope yours is among the items you recovered. Speaking of whom, welcome home, dear.
You are too kind, Eloise. Here, Clive.
I will. Thank you.
Elle, I've asked our boys to carry the rest of the goods back. Can I count on your help in sorting through it all?
Of course. I'll make some space in the storeroom. I expect you'll soon be on your way then, would it now? Don't look so shocked.
I don't understand.
As you now know all too well, for a small fee, we will be that goods to market.
I was the first my sister helped escape.
I had no idea.
It just so happens that we are seeking to expand our operation. And who better to join forces with than the leader in the field? Wouldn't you agree, Theo?
I would. It seems our purpose is the same in more... So what would you say to working together?
It would be our pleasure.
And our honor.
The honor is ours.
Here, Clive. This is for you.
What is it?
Elle has friends in high places, while I have associates in,
I shall bear it with pride.
Well, all that remains is to wish you a safe onward journey. Goots's pass should secure you a place on the caravan.
We'll try the caravan. Right then. Let's get this back to Goots.
And then it's on to the Dominion.
Out of my sight, wretch!
Come on, come on!
The caravan stops
Juicy
next.
pears! Slake your thirst!
What I'd really want to be is a rat.
Here you are, Goots. Try not to lose it again.
Me pass! You found it! Oh, thank you. I'll have to say thanks to Elle and Theo, too.
So should you, Hansa. You and your friends don't have to steal anymore. If anyone threatens you again...
We do. And we already have. It's hard work, and the pay isn't half what we got.
You stick at it, then.
And Goots, I'm sorry for stealing your pass.
That's all right. I've got it back now.
You said you're trained to be a blacksmith, right? Well, I'm gonna be your first customer.
I'll do me best.
Till then, eh?
All right. We have a place on the wagon. Remember, Goots, we're mercenaries. You hired us to protect you.
Mercenaries.
And you remember the plan? You're to ride all the way to Twinside. Jill and I will go with you as far as the outskirts, then find our own way in.
I'll buy that stuff I need.
Right. And we'll scout out the Imperial's defenses.
There's a square with a big bell tower right in the middle of town. If you get lost, or out goes wrong, we can meet up there.
Right. Let's go.